Do you see any of the little alerts about the new iPhone update? Guess what? It's going to let you add your passport to your Apple Wallet. It creates something called a digital ID that you can use whenever you need to show ID, including at the airport, to get on domestic flights, for a lot of things. And it sounds super nifty and so convenient. Everything in one place. Well, if you think that, you must have more trust in big tech safeguarding your privacy than I do. But at least here in the United States, this idea of a digital ID is optional, at least for now. But in the UK, it looks like the digital ID will soon be mandatory, at least if you want to work.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
Well, it's not simple. And you notice it's at the Global Progress meeting. Well, it's not simple, and it's being pushed by people in high places and with big tech connections, like former PM Tony Blair. And the digital ID debate has caused an uproar among the Brits, concerns about privacy, civil liberties, perhaps geofencing, tracking, social credit systems, well, a lot of nefarious motives. But tech billionaires Bill Gates and Larry Ellison, they're totally on board.
The NHS in the UK has an incredible amount of population data, but it's fragmented. It's not easily accessible by these AI models. We have to take all of this data we have in our country and move it into a single, if you will, unified data platform.
A unified data platform. Well, what could possibly go wrong with that? Independent journalist Michael Shellenberger has been digging into the digital ID issue. He just released a lengthy piece on this on his Substack called Public. He joins us now with his thoughts. Michael, look, the argument is it's like it'll help thwart illegal immigration, ID fraud, streamline healthcare services. Sounds fantastic. What the heck's the problem?
Right. Hey, great to be with you, Laura. Yeah, I mean, another conspiracy theory that has started coming true. I mean, we saw this announcement in September. It took everybody by surprise. The World Economic Forum had been pushing digital IDs, the United Nations, the European Union, Britain. Of course, the really terrifying example is China, which uses digital IDs and a social credit score to control speech and to control what people think and say online. I mean, it could come in a lot of different ways. They'll start voluntary, then they'll make it mandatory. They'll have rewards, and then they'll have punishments. It's quite terrifying. And when you just listen to what the advocates for digital IDs say, it's terrifying. And, you know, Laura, one thing I learned from this last round of investigations is that this is a huge cybersecurity threat. The idea that, I mean, imagine if you get hacked in one of the many websites that you log into. Imagine everything suddenly being hacked because it's all centralized in a single place. That cybersecurity threat alone ought to be enough to kill the digital ID. But again, this is potentially digital totalitarianism.
Well, remember China hacked into, I think it was Office of Personnel Management, and got, untold numbers of government workers' records, their home addresses, phone numbers, Social Security. I mean, that's the U.S. government. Like, we're supposed to be the most secure system around. So that's an issue. But, the argument also... Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was going to say hacks happen all the time. I mean, there's huge hacks. Governments get hacked. Data gets released all the time. It's not a rare thing at all.
But the argument also being made is that, look, we're already being tracked. Your phone's tracked, cameras on every street corner. So isn't this just, part of that continuum? And, is it going to make a big difference?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think there's, when you're in public, people can film you. I mean, that's one of the rules that we have in the United States. There's no privacy on the sidewalks or walking through public spaces. We've always had that. What they're proposing to do is to make it mandatory for this will disallow people to be anonymous online, which is something that the Supreme Court has long protected as a part of our First Amendment. This is potentially not just tracking and constant surveillance, but really the control of language, of thought, and behavior. I mean, imagine if this had happened during COVID. They would have been able to prevent people that decided not to get the vaccine from traveling. Or they
Traveling.
could use
Well.
climate credits as a way to prevent you from going on airplanes or entering restaurants. So,
Well,
I mean,
they
the
would do that.
possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we know the left would totally do this if they could. By the way, to that point of anonymity online, the Spanish prime minister at the World Economic Forum back in January pushed for this. I think we have the soundbite.
I propose putting an end to anonymity on social media. Citizens have the right to privacy, not to anonymity or impunity. We must push forward the principle of pseudonymity as the functioning element of social media, and force all these platforms to link every user account to an European digital identity wallet.
Ah, there it is. There you have it. Real quick.
Well, it's terrifying, and we do have the right to be anonymous. We look, America's founding. How many of us remember the founding fathers would publish, really critical manifestos
Federalist
anonymously? That's part of the way that we get whistleblowers, the Federalist Papers. I mean, it's really part of the American tradition. We've got to stand strong on this, Laura, not just here, but globally, since our networks are all linked.
Michael, we will stay on this. Thank you very much for the info and analysis.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.